ladies and gentlemen. Time not to spray the champagne, but time to put your hands together for a man who has won not one, but 2 races in the last 4 Grand Prix, the one and only from Mercedes-AMG Petronas, Nico Rosberg! Man, is it hot and sweaty over here.
Don't complain, when we're racing in the F1 car, it gets like 60 degrees for like 1.5 hours. That's when it gets really hot.
Yeah, but you boys never break sweat. You kind of just look really fresh-faced at the end of that.
I do. I sweat buckets.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How so like Malaysia, say, how uncomfortable is that?
I lose 4 liters of, I dehydrate 4 kilos in 1.5 hours or 2 hours. That's really extreme.
To be fair, there's a lot of people down here experiencing something similar this afternoon, including people who want to know. A couple of questions from the audience. Other than your dad, who did you most admire as a Formula One driver when you were growing up? Who was your inspiration?
Mika Häkkinen, for sure. When he was beating Schumacher, that was the best. And then I had the honor of doing that myself a couple of years later.
Is that the best part of your Formula One career so far? You know, before the wins came around, it's just going to a racetrack, everyone telling you how good Michael is and what a legend he is in the car, and then just kicking his ass on a consistent basis.
No. The best time is at the moment, because we have a great car, and it's fantastic to be a part of this team. Going to a racetrack, knowing that I can be on pole position nearly at every race, where I have the chance to win also, it's a great feeling.
Why is it so good this year? What have you done as a driver, do you think, that's different from last year? Have you raised your game, or is it just that the car's a little bit better?
No, I'm still driving exactly the same way. It's just a team that's doing a better job. You know, we've got more people now. There's 600 people working on the chassis, another 200 on the engine. You know, so there's so many people just working for those 2 race cars, and it's just working out better.
It's working out very well. 3 pole positions for yourself, I think now. 2 wins in the last 4. Does it get better, or does the fact that you can't go to the young driver test next week kind of hamper Mercedes now?
No, for sure, it can still get better. We're not the best yet. The best is still Red Bull, so we have some way to go. But we're starting to annoy them big time, and I'm sure we can be beating them consistently very soon.
There was a lovely bit after, I think it was after Silverstone, where Mark Webber parked up and then came and had a little look in the cockpit of the Mercedes, had a nose around, obviously sent by Adrian Newey. That's quite flattering, isn't it, that Red Bull want to know the secrets that Mercedes have got?
Yeah, of course. No, and they've been complaining more and more about us, and that's a good sign. That means they're getting scared.
So, new tyres coming in for everyone out here who keeps an eye on Formula One. Is it going to make a huge difference to you as a driver?
It makes a big difference, yes. I mean, tires were exploding all over the place in Silverstone, so it was time that they made a change, and they're bringing some very different tires now to the next race. It could shuffle things around, yes, because it's going to be very different.
Okay, well, hopefully, fingers crossed, you are the challengers and you maintain a bit of competition. There's one guy in a Red Bull top over there who he's got no mates whatsoever. Everyone else is rooting for him.
How dare you be in here?
See that noise? Yeah? That's coming for you, that car, sir. So away from the track, what do you do if you ever get a day off? What is a day off in the life of Nico Rosberg?
Day off is, I grew up in Monaco, and that's where I still live now, and so a day off would be go cycling in the morning with some friends, then maybe lunch on the beach, then training session again in the afternoon, and then just a relaxed evening at home.
So nice, quiet life. It's not the James Hunt party lifestyle that you live.
No, not so much. No, it's quite relaxed. A lot of training and just keeping fit.
And do you have to do that? If you slacked off the training for 1 week, would you notice that in the next race?
Yeah, definitely. Yes, it's very tough to drive a race car, especially just endurance-wise. You know, it's long races, like up to 2 hours. Concentration-wise, is very difficult. So it just helps when you're fitter. It helps with your concentration towards the end of the race because you're just in better shape.
Now, you very nearly didn't become a Formula One driver. Am I right in saying that you were training to be an aerodynamicist and you were on the verge of going to university to study aerodynamics and then thought, no, I'll give GP2 a go, see how that works out?
I was just at a friend's wedding in Somerset yesterday, and so all of the old friends back together, great time. So I'm a bit, I'm not on top form today, but good enough anyways to drive up the hill.
Yeah.
And they were saying, you know, oh, Nico, not a bad choice in hindsight that you decided to go into racing instead of going to university.
Because you're kind of super intelligent. Does that help as a racing driver when you actually understand the principle of aerodynamics?
Well, I'm not going to agree to what you just said, but I really enjoy the technical side of F1, yes, and I try and get the most out of it, yeah. It's so complex that...
Is that your stomach or mine?
If you really get your head around it, you can really get an advantage out of it.
So, when you're having a conversation with your engineers, they kind of take on board more what you're saying, or do they still try and do things... They still try and do things their way?
No, for sure. I really like to... be in control also of the direction where my car is going in terms of setup. So it's a strong dialogue that we have.
Excellent. Now this afternoon, hopefully you're going to be okay when you go up the hill in the W196, the £19 or £19 million machine.
£19? Why didn't you buy it?
Yeah, well I did bid.
You bid, yeah?
Yeah,
How
I
much
bid.
did you put?
I bid
18. You stopped at 18
stopped
pounds.
18. That's it.
And 19 was too expensive.
I asked Lewis if he wanted to bid yesterday. He said 19 million. It'd take me a year to earn that. I can't afford that. But how does it feel knowing that your car that you're driving up there is so expensive that if you did stack it into the straw bales, one man's investment has just gone downhill completely?
Yeah, it's great. It's going to be a nice experience again, and it just reminds me also of the history behind the Silver Arrow and how special it is to be driving a Silver Arrow. Because back in those days, it was the leading cars in F1, and to drive them and get the experience of how it felt back in those days to drive those cars. I mean, it was a different world and completely crazy, to be honest. Yeah, with no Armco barriers, just trees left and right. The fuel tank was just around the driver, and there was only a very thin sheet of aluminium that was between the driver and the fuel. So a little accident and the thing exploded every time, more or less. And so, yeah, definitely respect for those drivers back then. You
drove the Nürburgring a few weeks ago. Would you like to race at the Nürburgring ever?
It's an amazing track, yes, definitely. Yeah. So if they can sort out the safety, then it would be a dream come true to race on that track.
I was a passenger with Norbert Haug there once, and he was answering his mobile phone whilst going through some of the turns. It scared me witless. It's the most scary experience ever.
I was a passenger to Lukas Podolski, who is the Arsenal player, and I was a passenger to him 1 week ago on that crazy track, and he was going flat out. So that was a bit of a worrying experience for me too.
Yeah, and for Ross Brawn, who thought that he might have to bring Sam Bird or someone in.
Exactly.
Yeah, not good. Thanks ever so much for joining us this afternoon. We are absolutely dripping wet up here because it is the hottest thing in the world. But before you go, one man down there wanted to know, could he have a tour around the Mercedes-Benz factory anytime?
Could you have a tour around the Mercedes-Benz factory? What do I say to that? I'm sure you can, yes.
Yeah,
can
exactly.
Can you... How do we sort that out?
He says, can he have your number and he'll give you a call. Yeah.
All right.
One person over here somewhere wanted to know which teammate that you have beaten has given you the most satisfaction.
Depends. It's different. It was great to every teammate it's nice to be ahead of you. It doesn't matter who the teammate is. And currently also a massive challenge at the moment against Lewis, but great, that's why I'm in the sport, for such challenges, and I'm very, very happy when I'm in front and not so happy when I'm behind.
And I want to know, after your recent interview in F1 Racing magazine, where they asked
what did I say?
You said, well, they asked you, what is the best smell in the world? And you said, my girlfriend.
Did I really?
Yes, you did.
Oh, jeez.
I want to know, what does your girlfriend smell of?
I can't believe I said that. I don't know. Anyway,
perfume? Strawberries?
I guess, yeah, maybe. Perfume.
New car? I don't know. That's the best smell in the world for me. I just thought it was the best answer ever that you could have given on that one.
Okay. And
finally, 2 wins out of the last 4 races. Does life get much better than this? Or you have to win a championship first?
No, it was very, very special this year for me to win Monaco, because Monaco is my home, as I say, and to win there was just... was unreal. It was a very, very nice experience. So that was one big highlight, but there's still many more to come. Yeah, I'm sure we're going to be winning many more races, and we're going for it now as a team. We're taking them on, Red Bull, and hopefully we'll take them take them down soon.
Yeah, Sebastian Vettel, yeah, you're going to break your finger, pal, is what he's saying on that one. Ladies and gentlemen, the man of the moment, Nico Rosberg.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for hanging around. It is such a sweaty day here. Have a great day, a good one, everybody. Nico's going to sign a few autographs. Please don't push down to the front. And Red Bull, man, go over there. Go on. Thank you.